Alright lads, quick disclosure before we jump into this video. This is going to be a bias video. Deadeye Club is a company that I started 2 years ago. My brother is actively running it, and I designed this product. So that obviously means that this review is going to be a bit biased, to say the least, but it also means I can give you sort of a designer's commentary on some of the thinking behind the different aspects of this product and some of the different aspects of the design. So with that out of the way, let's jump into it. Alright, so as I'm opening this up, this is the Deadeye Club Mischief kit. Retails for $99, which I have on good authority is the best use of, the best way you can spend $100 basically. And it comes with three things. It comes with Slingshot ammo, comes with replacement bands, and it comes with a slingshot. Basically, it comes with everything you need to start shooting a slingshot. The full-on Mischief kit. I became kind of obsessed with slingshots a couple of years ago after I realized just how awesome they are. You can be deadly accurate with a slingshot. It's basically like a little bow and arrow. So it comes in this nice little tin. So the slingshot's obviously like set in this nice foam, and it comes with this piece of art that we had commissioned for it. So this is a bit of a lore about the company. This is the space skeleton. This is the character that basically travels around the I guess, universe through space, trying to find kind of just all of the most interesting and coolest sort of items for his store. And he's the merchant that sells everything. Instructions on how to swap out the bands. I'll give you a brief overview of how that works in a second. But here it is. This is the Wishbone Slingshot. I'm going to give you a quick crash course on how to shoot one of these things. Just a quick 30-second crash course, just so you know if you happen to be buying one of these. It's extremely easy to get good and accurate with a slingshot. So here's your 30-second crash course. Basically, you hold the slingshot out in front of you. You hold it this way. It's called gangster style, but that's how it's designed. And then what you do is you pull this pouch back to the same spot on your face each time, just so you kind of have, it's called an anchor point. So as long as there's something that you can kind of constantly come back to each time and you know it's in the same spot, that's good. It doesn't really matter exactly where. Then you look down the bands like this. You look down the bands, and then you line up this aiming nub here with whatever it is you're shooting, and then assuming you've loaded something, you've loaded one of these, a steel ball in the pouch, you just release. Then 100% of the time, assuming you release it cleanly and you don't get like a fork hit or anything like that, or it's not super windy, 100% of the time, the ammo will go perfectly straight, right in line with the bands and the aiming nub. So the only thing you have to do after that is adjust on the x-axis, and quite quickly you can dial in and get a perfect shot every single time. If you just do exactly the same thing, pull the bands back and line up the aiming nub, you will consistently plink that can or hit that target every single time. And that's it, that's all you have to do. It doesn't take very long to get good at this thing. It doesn't take long to just dial in your eye and just be a good shot, basically. I have to tell you that plinking a can from across the room, or out in a garden, or out on a hike, or off the side of a fence or something like that, it's the most satisfying thing that you could possibly do. It's so satisfying plinking a can or plinking anything really. So this, we sort of aim this at the everyday carry crowd. So it's very thin, it's very light, it's very easy just to chuck in your bag and forget about it. You know, like a lot of slingshots right now, you know, they're kind of tactical and like have, you know, real camo, and they're really big, and they have like, you know, arm wrist braces and all this sort of stuff. And not to say there's anything wrong with those slingshots, you know, they have their place, that's for sure, but it's also not the kind of thing that you'd want to kind of just throw in your bag necessarily and carry around with you all times, whereas the Wishbone definitely is. So it comes like this out of the box, ready to shoot. If you ever need to swap out bands or adjust bands, it's very easy. All you have to do is that, It's a bit hard to hold this right now, but basically there are these little pins in each of the bands at the top here, and then there's a slit in the Slingshot right here. Can you see that? So all you do to install the bands, it's a bit hard to show you on camera. Normally I would just do this between my legs or something like that. But all you do is just pull the bands like this, put them down the slit, and then pull them tight. And there's a CNC inset here that makes the pins very securely placed in there. They're not coming free. So that's the sort of basic design. That's how it works. It's definitely very beginner friendly. You might notice there's some subtle aiming, or there's some subtle grips around the edges here, subtle grip notches. These are measured to be 1/2 inch. Might be a little bit hard to see. Right there. They're very subtle. Those notches are spaced 1/2 inch apart, so it's easy if you want to. If you have a specific band length you like to shoot at, and you're out in the field and you want to swap your bands, it's easy. You can just use that to kind of measure it if you like. It's made in Denver, Colorado. It's made out of a single piece of aluminium and stamped and then CNC'd to finish. The replacement bands are quite uninteresting, as you can imagine. They're just 3 of these. Not sure how you can see that, but there's like nice subtle Dead Eye Club branding on there. Steel balls, 6mm steel balls. Everything comes in a sort of like nice, ready to go carry case, so you can just like chuck it in your bag and forget about it. And that's the Dead Eye Club Mischief kit. If you enjoy these videos and want us to keep making more, I would highly recommend getting one. This is a great way of supporting the channel, and you know, this is the side project which is allowing us to fund this channel and allowing us to buy all these sort of weird things from the internet. So the more Slingshots we sell, the more interesting, crazy things we can buy from the internet, and the more of these videos that we can make. So consider helping us out. Consider buying a Slingshot. Consider buying any Slingshot. Doesn't have to be the Wishbone, but Slingshots are definitely something that if you've never shot them before, if you've never considered being a Slingshot person, I think 2020 is the year to reconsider. I think everyone needs to own a Slingshot. So if you're someone that enjoys things, I think you will very much enjoy your life with the Mischief kit.